Imagine starting a new job, only to find that the building you'll be working in isn't accessible, or the software you'll need to use can't be navigated with assistive technology. For millions of people with disabilities out there, this isn't just hypothetical, it's their reality. But here's the good news. In countries like Canada and the United States, disability legislation is precisely designed to prevent this kind of exclusion. So why then are so many barriers still in place? Hi, I'm Denis Boudreau. Welcome back to our series on inclusive leadership. I work with leaders and executives who are no longer willing to overlook disability inclusion and want to transform their leadership approach from inclusive-ish to truly inclusive by championing accessibility. In this video, we'll explore the legal frameworks that protect people with disabilities. By the end, you'll understand why knowing and respecting these laws isn't just a compliance issue, it's a moral imperative for leaders who want to build equity and fairness. In the United States, the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, has been a cornerstone of disability rights since 1990. It prohibits discrimination in workplaces, public spaces, transportation, and digital environments. The ADA ensures that people with disabilities have the right to reasonable accommodations, such as adapted workspaces, assistive technologies, or flexible work schedules. In Canada, the Accessible Canada Act, ACA, was passed in 2019 to create a barrier-free Canada by 2040. The ACA applies to federally regulated sectors like banking, telecommunications, and transportation, and focuses on removing barriers in areas like employment, technology, and service delivery. Meanwhile, the Accessibility for Ontarians with Disabilities Act, AODA, specifically applies to organizations operating in Ontario and includes both the public and the private sectors. The AODA requires organizations to meet detailed accessibility standards, from providing accessible customer service to ensuring websites meet internationally agreed upon accessibility guidelines. The AODA serves as a strong example of how provincial laws can address the unique needs of their communities while also driving accessibility and inclusion forward. Together, these laws provide essential protections and set expectations for accessibility, but they are not just about compliance. They're tools for transformation. When leaders align their practices with these frameworks, they create workplaces that empower everyone to thrive. Yet, despite strong legislation, barriers still persist to this day. According to the 2024 WebAIM Million report, 95.9% of website homepages still fail basic web accessibility guidelines, leaving millions of people with disabilities or related conditions unable to access critical information or services online. What you need to understand is that this is one of the biggest missed opportunities for businesses. So much so, in fact, that a 2022 Accenture report found that companies prioritizing accessibility were 28% more likely to outperform their peers in terms of profitability, proving without a doubt that disability inclusion isn't just the right thing to do, it's absolutely a smart thing for any business to do. Take Maya, a skilled marketing professional using a wheelchair. When Maya interviewed for her job, she was thrilled to find an office equipped with ramps, automatic doors, accessible workstations, and inclusive meeting spaces. But what really stood out for her was her manager's proactive approach. Before her first day, they asked Maya about additional accommodations she might need. This small act of inclusion set the tone for her entire experience. It empowered her to do her best work, free from unnecessary barriers, while sending a powerful message that this work environment could be the one where she would finally be able to realize her full potential. Leaders who go beyond compliance don't wait for lawsuits or complaints to address workplace barriers. They prioritize proactive measures like accessibility audits, inclusive hiring practices, allyship, and representation. This not only builds trust within the teams, but also aligns with evolving societal expectations. So here's your challenge for today. Reflect on your own organization's practices. Are you building a culture that truly values disability inclusion by not only meeting, but also going above and beyond minimal legal requirements? Legislation like the ADA, ACA, and AODA gives us a framework, but it's up to us to turn it into action. If you'd like to find out how, subscribe for more tips as we explore practical ways to lead inclusively. Together, we can move beyond inclusive-ish and create workplaces where everyone belongs. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.